Mr. Dougan, Credit Suisse ended the third quarter with a pre-tax profit of 1.3 billion Swiss francs, slightly better than market expectations. Both investment banking and private bank delivered solid results, and the quarter had no significant one-off items. Is this now the new reality or just a temporary exception?
Well, I think it's an indicator of what we think our business can actually produce. So high returns, resilient, even in markets that are a little bit less than completely stable during the quarter. So I think overall, as you say, the businesses did perform well. We had good contributions from across the board, and we had very good client activity as well. So I think overall, our hope is that this is a good indicator of what the business can do over time.
Wealth management attracted 7.4 billion of net new money. You are still suffering from outflows in the European offshore business. Will these outflows come to an end in 2015, and where do you see the most promising inflows?
Well, as you say, we actually had a strong quarter in terms of net new asset inflows from our clients. We do continue to push very hard towards regularizing all of our markets and all of our business around the world. And so we do continue to see some outflows, as you mentioned, particularly in the European cross-border businesses. We've continued to see that. And we've said, actually, for the next year or two, we will continue to see outflows. But we're making good progress towards becoming a completely regularized across the whole business.
Global markets have become quite volatile and turbulent in the last couple of weeks. Does this higher volatility further spurs your business with positive effects on your fourth quarter performance?
Well, we've said obviously it's early in the fourth quarter, but these effects are really mixed. I mean, some of the businesses actually benefit from the additional volatility, the additional volumes that are in the markets of some of the trading businesses, for instance. But on the other hand, the volatility that we've seen also does impact people's confidence. We have a lot of business to do. The question will be whether or not the markets will cooperate in allowing us to execute that on behalf of our clients. So we'll have to see what the fourth quarter brings.
After the guilty plea in the US in May, you need clearance from US authorities in order to continue doing business with US pension funds as a qualified professional asset manager. When do you expect to get this waiver? And in the worst case, what would it mean for your business if Credit Suisse would lose that status?
Well, we continue to work together with the authorities in the U.S. towards receiving all the exemptions that are necessary. So in addition, we continue to work with the Department of Labor on the particular exemption, the QPAM exemption. We obviously can't predict exactly when or how that will develop, but our hope and expectation is that we will receive the exemptions that are necessary to continue to serve our clients.
Maybe a last question. Next weekend, the results of the stress test for European banks will be published. Could this cause new turbulences in the European banking sector that could also affect Credit Suisse, or do you stand relaxed on the sideline?
Well, I think it's possible. I mean, it's obviously impossible to predict with certainty how it will come out, but I actually think that the additional transparency, the additional information that will come out will probably increase confidence in the banking system in general, probably be positive for the markets. As to Credit Suisse, I mean, obviously we have a semi-annual testing done by the FINMA. It's a very stringent testing. I think in general, when people look at our capital structure, it's a very strong capital structure, overall with not only our common equity, but our high trigger COCOs, our low trigger COCOs. If you look at how our debt trades, for instance, in the markets, it's among the tightest spreads of any firm. So I don't think there are any concerns from a safety or soundness point of view. And hopefully these tests and the announcements will be, as I say, will be an increase in confidence that will actually help markets to be positive going forward.